It's actually happening. The skill reset event is coming back to Rise of Kingdoms. Lilith has just revealed exactly how this is going to work. So today we're going to talk about how this event is going to work. We're going to answer some frequently asked questions, and I'm going to talk about what my approach to this event is going to be. Let's jump into it. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms gameplay episode from your very own Shappy Gaming. If you're new to the channel, my name's Shappy. I'm a sponsored Rise of Kingdoms content creator, and today we are talking about the skill reset event that is on its way back to Rise of Kingdoms. The skill reset event is something that people have really been clamoring for. There's been a lot of demand for it, and it's back, but I don't think that it's exactly what everyone was hoping it was going to be, so I think we have to kind of debunk this, talk about exactly what's going on here, and why there is 69,000 gems right there. So first things first, the reason people wanted the skill reset event is that Lilith released both Hector and Achilles out of cycle. Achilles is arguably a must-max commander, and then we were followed with David and Gangamcham, which for a lot of people means you're out of gold heads. Sun Tzu's about to be here, and then you have an archer. People wanted to be able to go through and refund some of their commanders that were no longer viable. A really good one to consider is William Wallace, right? You might have maxed him. He lasted 1 KVK, maybe 2, and now he's done. So people wanted this event. Now, that price tag is crazy. 69,000 gems. I know that I have that, thankfully, but most people, and I ran a poll on the channel, I'll throw it up here for you. Most people do not have that many gems saved up, and that's okay. We're going to talk about exactly how this is going to work. Now, when we look at this, you'll notice what you're getting refunded are the gold heads that you have spent here, and you get them back at 100 gems apiece. Now, we're only going to be allowed to choose one commander. Lilith already answered this. It is one commander that is going to be resettable. And the cost depends on how many gold heads specifically you invested into that commander. Each gold head costs 100 gems. So if we look at this, right, 690 feels a little scary, right? I know it does for me. If we go over here and we look at some of the commanders that I have maxed, and you can check this too. Let's look at Guan Yu. He's a good candidate for a refund. We go down here. Nope, I maxed him a little late. Let's look at Scipio. We go down here. So you can see I invested 106 Scipio heads and 584 gold heads, legendary commander sculptures here. What this means is I can get 584 legendary sculptures back, right? I can do that. That would work. And that would cost me 58,000 gems. It's a lot. But if you guys don't have enough gems, you just have to look for a commander that you used fewer gold heads on. Before people get up in arms about the price, I'm a low spender. Trust me, I get it. However, 100 gems for a gold head is a crazy good deal. I know, it sucks. It's a lot of gems up front. I don't particularly want to do it. But in a normal game without this event, you would be spending between 600 and 1,000 gems on discount for a gold head. So, does it suck? Yeah. Is it expensive? Yeah. But it's kind of a deal. It's kind of a deal, guys. I know. I feel the frustration, but it's kind of a deal. Now, you guys also might be wondering, does the commander need to be expertise to reset? No. So if you screwed up and you're like, crap, I put so many heads into Genghis Khan, right? Look at me. I have Genghis Khan at a really weird level here, 5351. You can reset him. And if you don't have the gems to max it out, that may actually be a really good call for you, is to get back some of these universals and to put yourself in a good space. And I know a lot of people do this, especially if they have somewhat new accounts, because the meta for Marches has been largely consistent, and it's been maybe one commander that falls out of meta occasionally, and it's not to say they can't get pulled back in. I mean, look at what people are saying with William Wallace and Sun Tzu Prime. Not a pair I like, but it's one people are considering. So just keep that in mind. Now, you can't get a partial reset. So if we're looking at, again, let's look at Flavius, because that's who I'm going to reset. If we look at Flavius here, I have 680 legendary heads here. 680. If I wanted to get 200 heads back from him, I can't do that. It's all or nothing for the legendary head investment. So just keep that in mind. You're not going to be able to do that. So that's some clarifying details. Now, a lot of people may also be wondering, when is this event landing in Rise of Kingdoms? My understanding is it will be landing within the next week or so. So what can you do to prepare? Chain Barbarians, that's a good thing to do. They also just released the double purchase, double gems event that they were going to make for everyone. So if you've already done that in the past, you can do it again now. That's a great thing to consider. But otherwise, yeah, guys, it's not great. You're gonna have to probably spend money, which I don't love telling people to do, but that's probably going to be what you're gonna have to do. That said, I do expect this event will arrive with Sun Tzu, so you may be able to get the Writer of History bundle, and that'll give you an extra 1,000 or 2,000 gems. So that should help you out a little bit, make things a little bit easier. You can also look at Lucerne if you're fairly far along there. There's some gems that you can get from Lucerne too, right here at level 35. So maybe that's an option too. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a little tight here. Now let's talk about who you might want to refund. This is a question a lot of people are pondering right now. I've heard some people say, oh, well, I'll just do William Wallace. I wouldn't do William Wallace because he's a Smite commander. He's relatively new. And again, I probably mixed gold heads and otherwise here. We want to maximize our value, so we want to be able to spend the 69,000 gems in most cases. So I wouldn't do him. Maybe we do someone like Takeda. That could be. But one thing to consider when you are thinking about going through this is actually going to be Bastions. Because if you're ever playing Heroic Anthem, do you want to do a full refund of these commanders? Because those Bastion skills do make a pretty big difference. So who are you going to want to refund? Someone I think is a good candidate is a Garrison or Rally commander, typically. So we have Flavius here. I think he's a perfect candidate for refund. I personally have never seen a Bastion for Flavius. I also have only put in 10 of the Flavius heads. The rest have all been universal. So I'll get the most bang for my buck for him. Now, most people probably haven't maxed Flavius. Someone they might have maxed and spent a lot of legendary heads on is Ragnar. I'm not saying that you should refund Ragnar. I'm not saying that. But with Sun Tzu coming out, I don't see Ragnar having a place in a skill-based lineup anymore. So you probably could refund either Ragnar or Scipio, both of which are good options to consider. I wouldn't refund someone like YSG. I probably wouldn't even refund Richard if you have Richard maxed. I like Richard for Sunset Canyon. But you might consider refunding someone like Ragnar. Or you could do Boudica. So if we look at Boudica here, I have 16 unused skill points here because I've reset her for matchmaking purposes. She's a really good candidate for reset. You could do her. You could do Harold if you have him maxed. He's another good one. Or, of course, any of the old ones. I wouldn't do Alex. Personally, I really like Alex. I think he's still pretty useful even into the late game. But those are who I'm considering for my skill reset. I hope this has cleared things up and made things a little bit easier for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Is this what you thought it would be? Are you disappointed? Did you wish it would be something different? Did you think it was going to be free? I want to hear it from you all. If you've enjoyed, be sure to drop a like. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right over there, bottom right-hand corner, and hit the bell so you get notified when new episodes come out. Thank you all. Shappy out.